Hey friends, and welcome back to Energy Express. It's me, your friend Joel. Today we're going to go down on the farm. That's right, we're going to go back to Tasty Acre Farm. Today we're going to learn all about cantaloupes. Also, a little secret, practice your funny faces. You might need them later. Let's head over to Amy and get the day started.
Hi friends, it's Miss Amy with West Virginia University Extension Service Family Nutrition Program. Welcome back to the program. Today, we're going to visit Cantaloupe Corner. Do you know what a cantaloupe is? Here's one. This is a cantaloupe. I also have a drawing of a cantaloupe on the board. Have you ever eaten a cantaloupe? Great. Where do you think on my plate cantaloupe goes? Does it go into the blue dairy section, the orange grain section, the purple protein section, the green vegetable section, or the red fruit section? That's right, cantaloupes go into the fruit section. So let's investigate our cantaloupe a little bit and talk about the nutrients that it gives to our bodies. Cantaloupe is loaded with vitamin A. Say vitamin A and point to your eye. Vitamin A helps us have healthy eyes. Cantaloupe also contains vitamin C. Make a C with your hands. Vitamin C helps us have a healthy body and immune system. Cantaloupe also has what's called magnesium, and magnesium helps us have healthy blood and helps reduce our risk of heart disease. How wonderful, all inside this cantaloupe. So let's take a look at the cantaloupe and see what we can find. What shape would you say this cantaloupe is? That's right, it's a circle. It is round, right? Circular. What color? I'd say it's kind of yellow or maybe tan, kind of a brown yellow. What do you think it feels like? Yeah, it's rough. This outside part of the cantaloupe is called the rind. And the rind is almost like a net over top. It's like a web. Do you want to take a look inside? All right, let me cut one open. Wow, look at that. Inside of the cantaloupe, below the rind, we have the what? The flesh. That's right. What color is the flesh? Orange. The rind on the inside almost looks green. And what do you think those are? That's right, those are the seeds. Seeds help us grow new plants. Do you think it feels rough on the inside? It's very smooth. The outside is rough, but the inside is smooth. So here's a slice of cantaloupe. You can see the flesh part that we eat and the rind on the outside. So, in the middle of our cantaloupe, are all of the seeds. Cantaloupes can be grown in West Virginia, and you can find them at your farmer's market normally in July, in the summertime. So, where do we think cantaloupes come from? That's right, cantaloupes grow on farms. Farmers grow cantaloupes and then take them to their local market, the farmer's market, or pack them and they get sent to grocery stores. It's interesting to see how cantaloupes grow because they actually grow on a vine, right? That winds and winds. Today's book is Rachel's Day in the Garden. Now, as we read this book, we'll put up the yoga pose that goes along with the page in the story. So pay attention so that you can stretch in the morning with Rachel. Rachel's Day in the Garden. It was written by Giselle Chardlow. Good morning, world, Rachel said as she basked in the rays of the yellow sun. Put both of your hands up. Let's go play in the garden, Sammy. Rachel scooped up her puppy and gave him a hug. The sky was a gorgeous blue. Rachel and Sammy skipped around the backyard. After a while, a light rain began to fall. The pair huddled under the green leaves of a tall tree. Rachel felt the rain gently sprinkling her face. She took a deep breath and smelled the wet earth. Good tree pose. Sammy looked up and tilted his head to listen. Rachel looked up too. A red bird was settling into its nest. When the misty rain stopped, Rachel remembered that she had pumpkin seeds to plant in the garden. She spaced the seeds 2 inches apart in the brown, wet soil. I love getting my hands dirty. Look, Sammy, an orange caterpillar. Sometimes caterpillars are naughty and eat leaves, but they are still beautiful, Rachel said. Sammy barked happily. Colorful, sweet-smelling flowers like tulips attract yellow bees, Rachel said. Bees help our vegetable garden grow. Sammy wagged his tail. Sammy jumped up and down trying to catch a fluttering purple butterfly. Silly Sammy, Rachel giggled. Butterflies love pink flowers, Rachel said to Sammy. That's why we plant zinnias. Rachel and Sammy lay down on the grass, listening to the birds chirp. Just then, Rachel saw an amazing sight. Look, Sammy, it's a rainbow. I just love the rain. The end. Today's recipe is going to be cantaloupe and melon kabobs. Let's go visit Molly in the kitchen.
Hi, I'm Molly with West Virginia University Extension Family Nutrition Program, and today we're going to make melon kabobs. Now, it's a good idea before you start any recipe that you wash your hands and clean your cooking surface. I've just done that, so I'm ready to get started. For this recipe, you need 3 types of melon. We've got our cantaloupe, watermelon, and honeydew melon. Before you cut into your melon, you want to scrub the outside with a veggie brush under running water. That's a good idea because you're probably thinking, I'm not going to eat the outside, but your knife is going from the outside through what you are going to eat. So it is always a good idea to scrub the outside of your fruits and vegetables, even if you're not eating the outside. So I was able to get 1 cup of melon from a half of each melon and a little bit more. I cut the melons in half, scooped out the seeds and discarded those, and then turned it over onto its flat side. It's always easier to cut when something is flat. Then I sliced the melon and cut with a paring knife the fruit off the rind of the melon. Then with those pieces, I cut them into the bite-sized chunks. For this recipe, you need skewers or wooden popsicle sticks, and this is the part that kids could really get into. And you are going to thread your melon onto the skewers. It would be fun to do, it would be fun to do a pattern. You could do 2 honeydew, 2 cantaloupe, and 2 watermelon. You could do one with all watermelon, all cantaloupe, or all honeydew. It's up to you. Isn't that cute? As with any fruit or perishable food, you want to make sure you refrigerate this within 2 hours of putting it together. And definitely the cooler the better with these skewers. If you want to serve them with vanilla yogurt as like a dipping sauce, you could do that, or you could drizzle it on top. And this is just a really great, healthy snack for you to enjoy on a hot summer day. And you can see that it makes a lot, because this was just from half the melon. So we could sit here all day and skewer melon. I've just finished up my 4th skewer, and I can't wait to eat this delicious treat that is also very good for us. Thanks so much for joining me in the kitchen, and I hope to see you next time.
Let's go check out our activity for the day and see what things you could do at home.
Hi, I'm Tracey, and I work for the West Virginia University Family Nutrition Program. And today I'm here with my daughter, Mia, and we're going to show you how to make one of these really cool, funny face planters. In ours, we have radish microgreens. For this activity, you need a cup. We're using these clear cups because I love to see the roots going down, so I like to plant in a clear cup, but you can use a white cup, any color cup you want. These are going to be staying inside. They're not going to go outside, so we don't need to worry about having to pop drainage holes in them. We need our soil that has lots of nutrients in it. We need our seeds. I recommend using either a microgreen seed or a lettuce seed, something that we can enjoy eating as it grows. In a couple days, we'll be able to give our little guy here a haircut and we can eat the microgreens. And then you're also going to need some plastic wrap and some scissors. And then we're going to use the foam with the adhesive backing, but you can use googly eyes or ribbon, pretty much whatever your creativity inspires. So we are going to start with our cups. And Mia, actually, just kidding, we're not gonna put the soil in yet. We're gonna decorate them first. So we're gonna decorate them first. We like making ours look like funny faces. And here's some scissors. Make sure you ask for your parents' permission before you use any scissors or you're gonna make a mess. I always like to check with your parents first. So we're gonna cut out some eyeballs and accessories, kind of whatever it is that you would like your little guy to look like. You could give him 3 eyes, a horn.
This is my little smile.
Ooh, Mia made an orange smiley face. I love it.
And then all different colors.
All different colors. Yeah, we can grab a marker too, Mia. You go ahead and work on yours.
A marker? Why do we want a marker?
We could use a marker to add pupils.
Oh,
We've got this one going here. We gave him diamond eyes, and I think, Mia, is this a tiara you made?
Yeah, that's his
tiara. A tiara. So while Mia is working on hers, I'm going to start. That one's a unicorn. I'm going to take my cup. She gave it a name tag. It says Miss Tracey. I guess this is me with my tiara. So we're going to scoop some nice moist soil, and we're not going to push it down. We're just kind of going to tap it around here. And then I'm going to sprinkle a whole bunch of seeds. You can kind of go crazy with the seeds here. Go all the way around, and we're going to sprinkle seeds. And then to keep the moisture in, we're going to put plastic wrap. I don't need to water mine right now because my soil was nice and wet. I like to use a spray bottle to water these. So if your soil is not very moist, go ahead and spray it. I always use the Goldilocks method. Not too wet, not too dry, just right. So if your soil is nice and moist, It'll have a good amount of moisture. If it's soupy and gloopy, it has too much water. And if it's dry and crackly, it does not have enough water. So just right. So we're gonna put our plastic wrap on nice and tight. And Mia, can I have your hair tie? I'm gonna use Mia's hair tie to hold my hold my plastic on here.
I always have a ton of hair ties.
So my hair tie or rubber band is going to hold all the moisture and the heat in. It's going to create a greenhouse effect. Once my seeds germinate, that means I start to see them grow roots. We're going to take the plastic wrap off, find it a sunny window inside the house so that it doesn't get rained on and have like harshness that's going to ruin our funny face. So once they germinate, we take the plastic off, and in just a few days, you're going to have your own adorable little garden guy that you can cut their hair and eat the microgreens, or cut their hair and eat the lettuce or the onions, whatever it is that you grew.
And it's super cute because it's like a person with its hair on top.
Super cute. So I hope you all enjoy this activity and that you get really creative making funny faces, giving them lots of accessories, and enjoying the tasty, nutritious, and delicious microgreens or plants that you grow inside yours. Have a great day. Bye.
Let's go visit Miss Shannon and see what physical activities she has for us today.
Hi everybody, Miss Shannon here, and today for our physical activity we're going to be doing some standing yoga. So we're going to get started right away. So I need everybody to bring your feet together, hip width apart, bring your hands to heart center. Very good, and we're going to take some deep breaths. Take one in and out. Another and out. And one more and out. Today we want you to feel strong and powerful. So show me your muscles. Show me those big muscles. Awesome job. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our feet out a little bit wider, and we're going to bring our arms up just like we're a star, okay? Point your toes outward. You're going to bend at the knees a little bit. Very good. And then we're going to lower our arms just a touch, and we're going to swing. So this should feel good as a stretch across your back. It helps us feel nice and flowy. And your legs might start burning just a little bit. If it gets to be too much, just come up a notch, okay? So really good. So just stretch or swing side to side. If you want, you can swing like that. However you want, just be gentle in your movements. Okay. So we're going to stop swaying. Hands to your hips for a second. And we're going to stay down here with our knees bent. Again, if it gets too much, just come up. It's okay. You can come up and down as you need to. Alrighty, so we're just going to stay down a little bit. We need to laugh a little bit, so stick out your tongue. Make a silly face. Have a little bit of fun with it, okay? Wiggle your toes around. Bring your arms up. Wiggle your fingers. Very good. Now, hands back to your heart. And we're going to bend over. And we're going to reach down and tickle our toes. Just tickle, tickle, tickle. Stretch those legs just a little bit. Wiggle your toes. We're going to come back up nice and gentle. Very good. Big stretch up. And we're going to stretch back down and tickle those toes again. Very good. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And we're going to tickle our front up toes here too. Now we're going to grab our elbows. And we're going to sway side to side with our knees bent just a little bit. Very good, friends. Very good, friends. Hi, Ghost. Very good. Now stand up. Hands on your hips. Okay, now we're going to pretend like we're an airplane. So stand to the side, and we're going to bend forward just a little bit. Arms out ahead of us, and bring one leg back. Now bring your arms out just like you have airplane wings. If you get a little wobbly, go ahead and put your toe down. It's okay to wiggle and wobble and fall down. Okay, very good. Now back up. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So next leg out. Bend over. Arms out just like an airplane. Very good. If you get wobbly, toe down to rest. Very good. This is a fun stretch. Okay, friends, back up. We're going to come back around to the forward front. Okay, so we're going to stand tall and stretch up again. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart center. We're going to rub. Just rub your hands. We want to get them nice and warm. Okay? Get them nice and warm. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands to the front of our face and block our eyes. And we're going to quiet our mind and quiet our body and quiet our heart. And we're just going to stand here and take a couple of deep breaths. So deep breath in and out. In and out. And in and out. Very good, friends. Bring your hands back to your heart center. And I want you to close your eyes for just a second, okay? Deep breath in. And I want you to tell yourself that you were strong, and you were powerful, and you were smart, and you were kind, and you were special. Deep breath in and out. And one more time. You are kind, you are strong, you are powerful, you are smart, and you are special. In and out. Very good, friends. I hope you enjoyed our standing yoga, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, you are strong, and you are powerful, and you are special. Bye.
Thanks for being here today, and until next time, have a great day.
Hey friends, did you have a great day? What was your favorite activity today? I certainly do love cantaloupe, that's for sure. Well, we'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Hello friends, and thank you for joining me. My name is Jamie, and today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of a real farmer's market. Now you may ask yourself, why is a farmer's market important? I can get everything I need at the grocery store. I'm going to tell you why. When you shop local, the produce that you're buying is grown in the area that you live in. So basically, you can see exactly where your food comes from. You can talk to the farmers that grew it, and if you're lucky, maybe they'll give you some tips on how you can garden and grow your own. Another reason to shop at a farmer's market is that everything is so fresh and tasty. It's literally straight from the farm to the market. And finally, one of the biggest reasons to shop at a farmer's market is because it's so much fun. So put on some comfortable shoes, grab your shopping bag, and let's go check it out. Come on. Butternut squash is a type of winter squash because they have a thick skin on the outside and they like to ripen in the late fall and colder months. Butternut squash grows above the ground on a vine. It is smooth to touch and they're tannish yellow in color, and they feel really heavy and hard when you pick them up. If you cut them open, they are more of an orange on the inside. Butternut squash has a sweet, nutty taste and is used in lots of soups, casseroles, and even roasted or baked. Did you know that the butternut squash is in the same gourd family as the pumpkin? They're basically cousins. Cucumbers come in all different shapes and sizes. They can be long, they can be short, they can be big, and they can be small. Cucumbers grow above the ground on a vine and are really easy to grow. The outside skin can feel smooth or sometimes a little spiky, and they are crispy and white on the inside. Did you know that cucumbers are 95% water and the seeds on the inside give it a lot of the flavor? These offer lots of vitamin C, A, and potassium, and you can choose to peel them or not. They're excellent raw as a snack or in salads and sometimes even soups. Did you know that pickles are made from cucumbers? Green beans are eaten around the world and are the third most common garden vegetable, just behind tomatoes and potatoes. Green beans are smooth on the outside and they have a smaller white bean or seed on the inside that offer a lot of flavor. Some beans have strings that have to be pulled off and they actually make a snapping noise when broken. Green beans can come in different colors. They can be green, yellow, purple, or even speckled with red. They're crunchy when they're raw, but soften when cooked. They're best eaten when prepared, and they're packed full of vitamins C, K, and fiber. And did you know that the longest green bean ever grown was in North Carolina? It was 48.5 inches long. That's like putting 4 rulers together, and that's taller than some of you. There are more than 1,200 varieties of melons, with watermelon being the most popular, but there's also melons such as honeydew and cantaloupe. Melons grow above the ground on vines. The size, shape, and color depends on what kind of melon it is. The outside can feel smooth, rough, and the colors can be green, yellow, orange, and even light brown. The inside is sweet and is often full of seeds that are removed before eating, and they're super juicy. They're full of lots of vitamins and minerals, and they're mostly eaten raw, but they can be used in other dishes, such as salads or even roasted. Did you know that the largest watermelon ever grown weighed 350 pounds? That's a lot of melon, because that's the size of 2 grown men. New potatoes are basically young baby potatoes. They grow below the ground, and they're small with a thinner skin outside, and they're a lot easier to eat than a large potato. New potatoes are normally not even peeled. These are full of flavor and they can be white, yellow, red, or even a darker brown. They are an excellent source of vitamin B and they're crunchy raw, but they will soften when prepared. Did you know that potatoes were the first vegetable grown in space in 1995? They're literally out of this world. Onions grow under the ground as bulbs, and they have a green shoot that grows above the ground. Onions are smooth to touch and come in many colors, including yellow, white, purple, and brown. They're full of healthy fiber and antioxidants, and they're used a lot in cooking, as well as raw in salads or on sandwiches. Did you know that onions are some of the oldest vegetables, and they date all the way back to ancient Egypt? That's over 5,000 years ago. Hope you enjoyed our trip today to the farmer's market, and try to find a farmer's market in your area to check out. Happy shopping!